So first, maybe a little bit like of a one-liner on that MIT study, and perhaps in the show notes we can share it or something like that. But essentially, they were measuring brain activity and then memory and recall of, in this case, I believe it was students, but the task was writing an essay. And so they allowed some to just write it all with ChatGPT. Some could use like traditional search and find things and write the article. And then the unfortunate group had to just go based on like their own brain and what was in there and then write the whole thing. And the interesting findings for the ChatGPT group was the level of reduced brain activity when they were actually engaging on quote unquote writing the essay, essentially amounting to they just were just on autopilot. And the researchers actually talked about it this way: they became like an act of copying and pasting. They weren't really engaging in any sort of deep way of challenging the information, absorbing the information. And where that starts to really impact is things like recall. Like they couldn't remember the contents of the essay that they had just written only short moments ago. And so that's a challenge, and you can't solve that everywhere. And the MIT study was specifically focused on learning and education outcomes. I took that and said, okay, what happens in an enterprise environment, in a marketing environment context? Because this is obviously the antithesis of what we want, which is we want really great strategy and great strategy that goes out into the world. And you can't have great strategy without expert humans who are constantly learning and gut checking and seeing the data and challenging it and so on, because there isn't a right answer.